It's earnings week and your calendar is a disaster. 16-hour days, sporadic travel, and high-stakes investor calls. Everything non-essential, especially your health, has been pushed to the back burner. You tell yourself that staying in shape during this chaos is impossible, but that's a lie based on inefficient systems. After years of working with Fortune 500 directors, VPs, and traveling executives, I've cracked the code on high-leverage efficiency. In this video, I'm giving you the 4-day, 15-minute dumbbell-only blueprint that guarantees muscle growth in even the most demanding weeks. This isn't just maintenance, it's progress. My name is Dominic and I run a health and fitness concierge for traveling professionals. We help them optimize their health, their presence, and peak performance with a system built around their life with the help of a team of experts. You might have tried to work out during earnings week or even in general with your demanding schedule, but the reason you haven't been successful is not your fault. And the reason is because you have been following a system made for people with time to waste, made for people with predictable schedules. That is not going to work for you. Now you might be wondering, how is it possible in even this chaos week, earnings week, to still make progress when it comes to muscle growth? And I especially wanted to break this down for earnings week because I believe if you can figure it out, which you can, which I'll break down just now, in or during earnings week, you'll be good for the rest of your life. There are 4 key principles I want you to keep in mind. This will help you understand the why behind the what. The 4 key principles to keep in mind for this 15-minute workout blueprint is, first of all, TUT, or also known as time under tension. The main thing here I want you to focus on is controlling the negative on the way down. And the reason for that is because, especially when you have limited equipment, you still want to increase the tension or create enough overall stimulus for muscle growth. Now, let's say you can chest press 50 pounds, 75 pounds, but the highest dumbbells are 30 pounds. What do? You increase the time you control the weight, and so increasing the time under tension. In general, this is also amazing just because you avoid injuries and you can, like I said, accommodate for any situation. I know a lot of my clients, they are constantly in hotel gyms. The second principle is focusing on stretch-mediated hypertrophy. This is a term that's been very popularized as of recent, and basically what this is maximizing tension in the stretched position. The reason this is so effective is because recent research has proven that that can actually lead to more muscle growth than doing exercises conventionally. Think of it like this. Think of an elastic. When you stretch it, there's tension. Now imagine you have that tension because of the stretch, and then you add the resistance. So it's that double that makes this so effective. And to give you an example, let's say you can do a conventional bicep curl, or you could just lift your arm a little bit and then do the bicep curl like this. And this will, because of the angle and gravity, there's now more tension right here in the stretch position, which is more effective. The third principle is training density. What I mean by that is using supersets as opposed to conventional sets. This can be either training the same muscle group directly after each other. For example, I love teaching my clients doing lateral raises and then shoulder press afterwards so that you fatigue, or that the shoulder is the first thing to fatigue and the limiting factor during the shoulder press. The second type of superset is an antagonistic superset. And all this is combining 2 opposing muscle groups together. For example, you can do a chest press with a row. And the reason this is so effective is because you basically cut your workout in half. While the one muscle group is working, the other one is resting. And finally, probably most importantly, intensity. I always preach this to my clients. Intensity is the #1 reason your muscles will grow. Think of it like this. You need to give your body stimulus and a reason to grow and adapt. Because if it's not like, hey, we need to get bigger and stronger, it won't. And the main way you do that is through proper intensity. What I also tell my clients is you can do less sets, but you have the right intensity, you'll see more muscle growth. I see a lot of people doing 4 sets, but they're half-assing it. I promise you, if you train with the right intensity, 1 to 2 sets will get you more muscle growth than half-assing 4 sets. Now you might be wondering, what does it look like to actually go to failure? I'll put a clip here, but what I'll also do is just explain it real quick. You know you are going close to failure if the reps towards the end of the set start involuntarily slowing down. For example, a chest press. Normally you can do it normal speed, but then towards the end, it's just getting a lot more challenging on the way up. Then you know you're in the territory of muscle growth, and then you just want to get as many reps of those in as possible. Now, onto the 4-day split. I won't be breaking down every single exercise. I know you're very busy. What I'll do is I'll just attach the exercises down below in the YouTube description or as a pinned comment, but I'll share the exact split I have in mind. As I said, 4-day split and broken down into 4 sessions of 15 minutes. The reason I want to break it down into 4 sessions is because a frequency of 2, training each muscle group twice a week, has proven to be the most effective when it comes to frequency in terms of muscle growth. So the split is, first of all, starting off with day 1, upper body. This is followed by a day 2, lower body and abs. Then we have day 3, which is chest and back, amazing for supersets. I remember I even got a 17-minute workout in with 3 exercises of each because I was just getting these supersets in. And for the 15-minute one I'm going to give you, it's going to be even shorter. And finally, one of my favorite workouts, arms and shoulders. Now again, the reason for the split, so you understand the thinking, is because first of all, the upper body, we can do so many supersets, either combining, for example, lateral raise with a shoulder press, or like I said, the antagonistic supersets where we target opposing muscle groups. And then we have one lower body day. Again, there we can sort of do the abs in between, so supersets with abs, so very effective there. And then finally, like I said, you're getting a frequency of 2 for each muscle group. Now, will I say that training a little bit longer, adding more volume is more effective? 100%. But the amount you will add compared to the time you'll waste is not linear. Think of it like a graph, and you're actually getting majority of the gains by doing this if you apply the 4 principles I mentioned to you. Now, really, I know during earnings week, it's tough. You think it's impossible, but it's not about willpower. It's having the right systems in place. And you have 15 minutes. You do. You just need to schedule it right, have the right systems in place, and then prioritize it. But I would even add, think about the cost of not doing it. I don't know how about you feel, but every time I have a workout, I actually had a leg workout before this video, I feel freaking awesome. I feel on top of the world. The endorphins are pumping, but I also feel accomplished, and it builds so much momentum into other areas of my life. Plus, once you do look amazing, you feel amazing, not just during earnings week itself, but over a longer period of time, because again, the reason you still look average is because probably you haven't been able to stay consistent long enough to actually see real results. And that is because weeks like earnings week come up and then you fall off. And we don't want that to happen. So that's number 1. But I really see looking amazing, feeling amazing as the number 1 strategic asset that will actually give you more life, but also even more business success. But on top of that, longevity. On top of that, actually enjoying the fruits of your labor. Because what's the point of going on vacation to a beautiful, amazing beach, but you're too afraid to even take your shirt off? What's the point? And what if I told you that, again, it would even help you make more money? 4 times 15 minutes. Obviously have your sleep dialed in, your nutrition dialed in, but when it comes to working out, this is all you need to do to even make progress in the most busiest week of the year. I actually recently heard in a podcast that Obama, he prioritized his health. He had a non-negotiable, either gym or run every single morning, and he ran the world. Same thing, I heard another, I think it was his business partner of Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi, something like that. The podcast host asked him, what is your one non-negotiable? Guess what he said? I work out every single morning. He started with his gratitude journal, which is amazing, and then he works out. It's the number 1 strategic asset. I'll drop the exact exercises in the description down below. I hope this was valuable. Don't let earnings week stop you. Go get shredded. Let's go.